Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I would like to introduce you to my personal journey throughout the fragrance hobby. I picked quite a few fragrances for this video which were essential in my development, where it all began, my whole journey from designers to niche to artisanal, and which fragrances for me, at least now I believe so, were the turning points where my taste finally evolved, where I understood something that I didn't know before, and where I guess it all led me till today. First fragrance I would like to mention, simple one, Lacoste. This is a fragrance that my mother bought me. This was my first fragrance I ever got. I was like, I don't know, maybe 11, 12 years old. So I think it's quite usual, at least where I live, that the first fragrance the boy ever has is bought to him by its parents. So Lacoste was my first introduction to perfumery. Until today I don't hate it. It's a simple, clean citrus type perfume. It doesn't last long, but it is pleasant. Obviously it's synthetic, the price is nothing for this, but at the same time it beats quite a lot of modern designers because it's not yet the candy sweet type of perfume. It's more of a citrus fresh clean type of fragrance. So if you're looking to buy a first perfume for your son, I would recommend Lacoste. It's pretty good. The first perfume I bought myself was Dior Sauvage. The dust, if you can see it, shows how much I use it these days. Basically have not touched the bottle for the past 10 years, I guess. Yeah, I do this with everything I buy. When I look into something, I look it up on YouTube, and the first person that I saw on YouTube talking about fragrances were Jeremy Fragrance, and he was hyping the shit out of this perfume. I remember trying to figure out which one to get, Bleu de Chanel or Dior Sauvage, and Jeremy persuaded me to start with Dior Sauvage. Not long after, I also bought Bleu de Chanel EDP. I still have it. It's one of the perfumes that I could recognize in the air before I even knew what perfumes are. But my first ever self-bought and picked perfume was Dior Sauvage EDT. Thank you, Jeremy. No more recommendations from you needed for me, but you give it a start, like I think for a lot of us. Then I meddled in a little bit of designers. I remember I got Dolce & Gabbana The One. I remember getting Dunhill, not Icon, the same bottle like Icon but black. I don't remember how it's called now. But my designer state, let's say, did not last long, because I managed to find not this exact bottle, but a bottle of Creed Milisime Imperial online, and I was blown away. I remember I found it in an online store for a very good price. It was like €100 for 100 ml. Tester, of course, but it was genuine, not not a copy. And compared to anything else I had at the time, this blew me away. The quality jump was magnificent. It was not as sharp as, let's say, Dior Sauvage. It was more full than, let's say, Lacoste. It lasted longer than Dolce & Gabbana. It did many things at the time I didn't even know that is possible with perfumes. So Milisime Imperial in my journey of perfumery stands like the first turning point where younger me realized that outside of this designer realm there's something else, there's niche. And the stores that I was avoiding my whole life, the niche perfume store in our shopping mall, now is the place where I should go like every week and try to experience as much as I can. So yeah, my first niche perfume ever, Milisime Imperial. After that, I tried to dabble in niche perfumery as much as I can. My second house that I started collecting was Tom Ford, and obviously Oud Wood pick was not accidental. I was deep into the YouTube fragrance community rabbit hole. Admittedly, I was not watching the channels I should be watching. At the time, I still didn't realize the difference between reviewer and influencer, so I was watching plenty of influencers. I bought fragrances that they put in their lists. I was silly, but yeah, at the time I had, I think, even 2 Parfum de Marley's, which are obviously now gone. I was in the phase of what we call today beast mode perfuming. I bought fragrances that were popular. I bought fragrances that I thought would bring me compliments that people online were talking about, and that's how we got Angel Share. This was my date night scent. It's way too sweet for me now, but again, I still don't hate it. I have plenty of memories connected to it. Not all of them are exactly pleasant. As you know, internet dating can be tricky for a man for one reason, and tricky for a woman for different reasons. But all these fragrances, Nishane, Karagoz, they are strong. So I was in the rabbit hole of niche perfumery, trying to acquire all the panty droppers, all the beast mode perfumes, stuff like that. And it was fun. It was pointless, but it was fun. But like you can see, my journey always progresses. And one perfume from the regular niche introduced Western Oud to me better than, let's say, Oud Wood. And it is Xerjoff Alexandria II. This is probably my first wood and rose perfume I have ever smelled, so you can imagine the sensation was revolutionary. Now I am not longer a fan of, let's say, wood and rose perfumes. Not a fan, just tired of them. I have been smelling them many years now. But back then, this was something new, something different. In the style, in composition, it's close into Middle East type perfumes. And till this day, if I will do an Alexandria II review, I won't leave like a negative review or anything like that. Overall, I'm not the biggest fan of Xerjoff, but from all the fragrances that I own from them and from all the fragrances that I tried from them, Alexandria II, for me, is still to this day the, I think, top one Xerjoff that I know. And this started some sort of shift from, let's say, the beast mode panty dropping perfumes to try to discover something a little bit more interesting. And it was more than fueled with the following 3 perfumes: Nishane Spice Bazaar, Legendary and the Tower Layered the Desert Marocain, and Nasomatto Pardon. These 3 perfumes were so different, and not only different, but not so much talked about in frag community. At the time you could find a review here and there of L'air du Désert marocain. You could find some reviews of Nishane, but most of them were talking about Hachivat or what else, Sultan Vetiver, I guess. Pardon was also quite rare. Some people talk about it, but it was not, let's say, something you would see usually on someone's channel. And I realized that I kinda like these strange, weird perfumes more than I enjoyed my angel shares of the world. And I hold this as a turning point again in my collecting. After these three, let's say, I started to look for something weird, to look for something unique, to look for something that nobody is talking about. I was trying to discover things on my own. First thing I discovered in my shopping mall was this, Roja Diaghilev. I remember at first, and I will come back to this fragrance later on in the video, but at first I didn't like it, I didn't understand it. I remember thinking that this is probably how Christian Pope's Sutana must be smelling, and it's not for me. It's like for religious high class priests or something like that, but not for me. But then thanks to my fraghead friend for introducing me, then came something that shook my world, shook my understanding of perfume world. It is Bortnikoff's Oud Monarch. This perfume blew me out of my socks. It shook my world of fragrance, my world of understanding. Together with this perfume, my friend sent me a whole sample, small samples, like not even a drop, of all Bortnikoff that he had, and I just drowned in them. I was blown away. My world was shattered, you can say. Everything I thought I knew, and like we people always tend, I thought I knew already plenty, like I had 80 or 70 fragrances at the time in my collection. I thought that I have this thing figured out. And then the Fire Nation came by the name of Bortnikoff and shook my world. I spent like half a year only buying and smelling and trying and huffing and puffing about that Bortnikoff of the time. Now I have 2 bottles of Oud Monarch. I have an attar of Oud Monarch, so I will never run out from this juice. But it is the cornerstone, the turning point, and the main perfume that made me turn from regular niche to artisanal. Just how Milisime Imperial made me turn from designer to niche, Bortnikoff turned me from niche to artisanal. My first more challenging type of artisanal perfume I ever got is Areej Dore's Coeur de Russie. It's overall my second Areej Dore perfume I ever got. First one is Ottoman Empire III. But I found it very unique, very interesting, very unwearable. Sorry, Ottoman Empire fans. I have, as you know, I have my problems with rose, and that's why I consider Coeur de Russie to be my turning point and my start to the artisanal, more challenging artisanal, because first of all I enjoy it a lot more. Second of all, after Ottoman Empire 3 I was still not sure if Areej Dore is for me. And after Coeur de Russie, I was sure Areej Dore is absolutely for me. My first Ensar Oud fragrance I ever got is not this. My first Ensar Oud fragrance I ever got is Iris Gallia. I was interested in it for maybe a day, and then I realized it absolutely is not for me. But I didn't give up, because I had this experience with Areej Dore, where the first perfume you ever try might not be the right for you. So my second one I got is NO1 Siem Reap. To this day, I hold the position that NO1 is Ensar's legacy, even though it is not my favorite Ensar perfume. My favorite Ensar perfume is No. 2, but I still believe that No. 1 is Ensar's legacy. It showed me different things that I found from what I found in Bortnikoff or Areej Dore. With Ensar, I discovered that there is, let's see, how do I phrase it, a little bit next level of materials, because back in the day they were just unbelievable level materials in these perfumes, but at the same time the blend was different. For example, what is it different? Bortnikoff was all about making the perfumes as French, as pleasing, as well blended as he can with these raw materials. Areej Dore was about making things pop, making things challenge you, making things impress you, the wow factor, the bomb, the bombastic fireworks with every perfume. It was shocking artisanal perfumery. And with Ensar, I discovered the calm, collected, meditative, relaxing part of artisanal perfumery, where there is no shock value, but they are also not, let's say, too French or mass appealing. They are just meditative. That's how I would call it. Ensar would introduce me to my meditative relaxation part of perfumery. And last but not least, as early as last week or 2 weeks ago, we have mesOUD. This marks, let's say, a new chapter in my collecting, I guess. Chapter of discovery. Before, I was a little bit afraid of dabbling into unknown houses, unknown names, because, well, I would sample from there to there, and there are a few houses and few perfumers that I didn't find interesting at all. So I kind of, because of limitation of finances, I tried to stick to the guns that I know, tried to stick to Areej Dore, tried to stick to Bortnikoff while it was still viable. And now, the new chapter of my discovery, my journey, I hope I will be able to discover new, small, early born houses who managed to create something as amazing as Fantasia. I said I will come back to Diaghilev. Somewhere in between here, I revisited Diaghilev. My nose has matured by that time, thank you for artisanal perfumery, and I discovered that this is my favorite, or second favorite, one or two, they're similar, Areej Roja perfumes ever, and almost in my top 5 of my favorite perfumes overall. So the main goal of this video is to show you guys that we all start somewhere, and if you're watching my videos and you're somewhere over here, don't worry. Keep watching, keep trying. I'm not guaranteed you will like this right now or ever, but I'm pretty sure this hobby, like any other, with time we evolve, and with evolution our tastes change. So don't be fast to sell, or I don't know, give away your perfumes you don't like today. You might like them in the future. Have a good evening. Goodbye.